Preface. In 2006, I embarked on a journey that would shake my life unexpectedly. As a newly certified lean practitioner at Kraft Food/Cadbury, I eagerly applied tools and principles to improve my workflow. I didn't realize then that the path I was beginning would lead to professional success and a deeper understanding of what it means to live and work in harmony. Like many professionals, I was focused on achievement, certifications, promotions, and the thrill of managing complex projects. Over the years, I worked with 4 major organizations across corporate and public sectors: Kraft Foods/Cadbury, now Mondelez, Starbucks Coffee and Tea Manufacturing, King County Metro Transit, and Thrive Financial. Each role has offered new challenges, lessons, and opportunities to grow. Yet as my responsibilities increased, so did the demands on my time and energy. At one point, I found myself leading multiple initiatives simultaneously while pursuing a degree in project management. The stress began to take its toll. I realized that success achieved at the expense of my health and personal well-being wasn't success at all. That realization led me to a turning point. I began exploring what it truly means to balance professional achievement with personal fulfillment. I looked to timeless principles that have guided others through centuries of challenge and change. Principles rooted in Japanese culture: Kaizen, continuous improvement; Ikigai, reason for being; Bushido, the virtues of the samurai; and Choa, cultivating harmony. These concepts not only transformed how I approached my work, but also how I lived my life. They taught me that harmony is not about perfection, it's about alignment, aligning our actions with our values, our goals with our purpose, and our work with our well-being. In this book, I share the lessons learned from my career and the timeless wisdom of these principles. Through practical examples, strategies, and exercises, I aim to equip you with the tools to lead yourself and others toward greater harmony. Whether you're a seasoned leader, a project manager, or someone striving to find harmony in a demanding world, this book offers a path forward. Work-life harmony isn't just a goal, it's an ongoing process. It's about creating a life where professional success and personal fulfillment coexist, not in opposition, but in synergy. I hope that the principles in these pages inspire you to take your next step on this journey. To the leaders out there searching for a better way, and to my younger self, who could have benefited from these lessons sooner, this book is for you. Introduction. Have you ever felt like the lines between your work and personal life are blurring so much that it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins? In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, achieving harmony feels increasingly out of reach. The constant demands of work, compounded by the rise of remote work and digital connectivity, have left many professionals struggling to find peace, fulfillment, and control. Burnout, stress, and disengagement have become the new normal, but it doesn't have to be this way. As leaders, project managers, and professionals, we face a unique challenge, balancing the demands of our own roles while fostering positive, sustainable environments for those we lead. Studies by the American Psychological Association and the World Health Organization show that chronic stress and burnout aren't just individual struggles, but systemic issues affecting productivity, team morale, and long-term organizational success. But what if there was a better way to approach the delicate dance of professional and personal fulfillment? This book introduces a paradigm: work-life harmony. Unlike the traditional notion of work-life balance, which implies an equal distribution of effort and time, harmony invites a more fluid and integrated approach. It's about aligning your work with your values, passions, and purpose to create a seamless and fulfilling blend of professional and personal life. The principles in this book are inspired by timeless wisdom from Japanese culture. Over centuries, Japanese philosophy has offered profound insights into leading a purposeful and harmonious life. Through my career and coaching experience, I've discovered 4 key principles that can guide leaders and professionals toward a more fulfilling path. Kaizen, the art of continuous improvement, teaching us to make small, consistent changes for long-term success. Ikigai, finding purpose and meaning by aligning our work with what we value most. The Samurai Code of Virtues, offering a moral compass for leadership and decision-making. Dawa, the pursuit of balance and harmony, showing us how to integrate work and life seamlessly. Together, these principles form a holistic framework for navigating modern work-life challenges. They're not abstract ideals, but actionable strategies that can transform how you lead, work, and live. Throughout this book, you'll find real-life examples, practical exercises, and actionable strategies to help you embrace these principles. You'll learn to lead yourself and others with greater clarity, balance, and purpose. Whether you're a project manager juggling competing deadlines, a team leader striving to inspire others, or simply someone searching for a better way to live and work, this book will provide the tools and insights you need to create lasting harmony. Work-life harmony isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, nor a destination you'll reach overnight. It's a dynamic journey that evolves as your circumstances and priorities shift. My hope is that by the end of this book, you'll not only understand the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Chowa, but also feel equipped to apply them in your own life. Let's begin this journey together. With commitment and intention, you can create a life where success and well-being coexist, not in opposition, but in synergy. Chapter 1. Kaizen, the Art of Continuous Improvement. Imagine standing on the factory floor at Toyota, where employees at every level, from assembly line workers to top executives, are empowered to make small changes that improve efficiency and reduce waste. These seemingly minor adjustments, when implemented consistently, have propelled Toyota to the forefront of the automotive industry, making it a global symbol of operational excellence. This is the power of Kaizen, a philosophy of continuous improvement that teaches us to focus on incremental changes that compound over time to create extraordinary results. Rooted in Japanese business culture, Kaizen translates to change for the better and emphasizes the value of minor, consistent improvements. Unlike drastic overhauls that require significant time and resources, Kaizen focuses on the everyday adjustments we can make to our processes, habits, and systems. It's a philosophy that empowers everyone, regardless of role or position, to contribute to ongoing improvement. In this chapter, we'll explore the origins and principles of Kaizen, its application in the workplace, and, perhaps most importantly, how its principles extend beyond professional settings to transform personal productivity, well-being, and work-life harmony. The essence of Kaizen. At its core, Kaizen is about cultivating a mindset of continuous improvement. It's not about perfection, but progress, recognizing that even the slightest change can make a big difference over time. This philosophy is deeply ingrained in Japanese culture, aligning with values like teamwork, discipline, and dedication to craftsmanship. The Kaizen methodology follows a simple but powerful cycle: plan, do, check, action. PDCA. This iterative process ensures that improvements are tested, evaluated, and refined for long-term success. Plan. Identify an area for improvement and develop a strategy to address it. Do. Implement the change on a small scale. Check. Evaluate the results to see if the change achieved the desired outcome. Action. Standardize the improvement if successful, or adjust the plan if further refinement is needed. This cycle can be applied to processes as complex as manufacturing workflows or as simple as organizing your workspace. Kaizen in action. Workplace examples. In my career, I've seen the transformative impact of Kaizen firsthand. While working at Kraft Foods, one of our production lines struggled with high defect rates, leading to low morale, increased costs, and excessive waste. Through a focused Kaizen initiative, we brought together employees from all levels to identify root causes and brainstorm solutions. Simple changes, like reorganizing raw materials for better flow and introducing quick cleaning protocols, resulted in dramatic improvements. Defect rates dropped, productivity increased, and employees felt a renewed sense of ownership and pride in their work. Kaizen beyond the workplace, personal applications. While Kaizen is often associated with business operations, its principles are equally powerful when applied to personal life. Think about a goal you struggled to achieve: improving your fitness, organizing your home, or finding time for hobbies. The key isn't making sweeping changes overnight. It's starting small. For example, Rearrange your workspace to make daily tasks more efficient. Commit to 5 minutes of exercise each day and gradually increase the duration. Spend 10 minutes each evening reflecting on your achievements and planning for the next day. These small changes, when practiced consistently, create momentum. Over time, they lead to meaningful transformations that enhance your productivity and well-being. Linking Kaizen to work-life harmony. The beauty of Kaizen lies in its flexibility. It adapts to any context, whether professional or personal. By focusing on incremental improvements, you can reduce stress, increase efficiency, and create more space for the things that matter most. In this way, Kaizen becomes a foundation for work-life harmony, teaching us that progress isn't about doing everything perfectly, but about making each day just a little better than the last. What's more, Kaizen lays the groundwork for exploring the other principles in this book. As we embrace Kaizen to improve our processes and habits, we also begin to uncover our ikigai, the deeper life meaning that drives us. By practicing Kaizen, we build the discipline and balance necessary to embody the virtues of Bushido and cultivate the harmony of Chawa. Practical steps to embrace Kaizen. If you're ready to incorporate Kaizen into your life or organization, here's a roadmap to get started. Commit to the philosophy, embrace the mindset of continuous improvement, and communicate its importance to those around you. Start small. Identify one area, whether in your work or personal life, where you can make a small change today. Engage others. Involve your team, family, or community in the process, encouraging collaboration and shared ownership of improvements. Use the PDCA cycle. Apply the plan, do, check, action framework to test and refine your changes. Celebrate successes. Acknowledge and celebrate each win, no matter how small, to build momentum and motivation. Kaizen is more than a business tool. It's a philosophy that empowers us to grow, adapt, and thrive. By focusing on small, meaningful changes, we can create a ripple effect of improvement that extends from our work to our personal lives. As you begin to embrace Kaizen, remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In the next chapter, we'll explore Ikigai, the concept of finding purpose and meaning in life, and how it complements the principles of Kaizen to create a truly fulfilling existence. Chapter 2, Ikigai, Finding Purpose and Meaning. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the promise of a fulfilling day ahead or the weight of obligations pulling you forward? For many, life feels like a series of tasks to complete rather than a journey of purpose and meaning. But what if you could uncover a more profound motivation, a reason for being, that aligns your work, relationships, and passions into a cohesive and fulfilling life? This is the essence of Ikigai. Rooted in Japanese culture, Ikigai is often translated as a reason for being. Far from being a lofty ideal, Ikigai offers a practical framework for living with purpose, clarity, and intention. In this chapter, we'll explore the origins and components of Ikigai, its cultural significance, and practical strategies to help you discover and align your Ikigai with your work and personal life. By the end, you'll see how this powerful concept can transform your productivity and overall sense of fulfillment and harmony. The essence of Ikigai. Derived from the Japanese words iki, life, and gai, worth. Ikigai encapsulates the idea of a life worth living. It's not about perfection or constant happiness. It's about finding the balance between your core values, relationships, and aspirations. In its simplest form, Ikigai is the alignment of 4 key components. Core values, what you value most in life. Relationships, the people who matter most to you. Life satisfaction, the activities and goals that bring you joy and fulfillment. Self-reflection, the continuous process of improving your well-being and understanding yourself. When these components intersect, they create a holistic sense of purpose that can guide your actions and decisions. Why Ikigai matters. In Japanese culture, Ikigai is an implicit concept woven into daily life. It's reflected in practices like Kaizen, continuous improvement, wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection, and mono no ware, appreciating life's transience. These philosophies emphasize the importance of living with intention and alignment. Research supports the benefits of living with Ikigai. Studies by Yasuhiro Kotera and Dean Fido, 2020, show that individuals who identify and pursue their Ikigai experience higher job satisfaction, greater resilience, and improved mental well-being. When leaders and professionals align their work with their Ikigai, the ripple effects are profound. Teams become more engaged, goals feel more meaningful, and life becomes more harmonious. Discovering your Ikigai, practical exercises. Finding your Ikigai is a process of self-discovery that involves introspection, exploration, and intentional action. Below are exercises to help you uncover and align your Ikigai. Exercise 1. Clarifying core values. Reflect. What principles guide your decisions? Write down the top 5-10 values that resonate most with you. Explore. Think about moments when you felt proud, fulfilled, or motivated. What values were at play in those situations? Align. Look for patterns in your values. Are they reflected in your current work or lifestyle? If not, how can you bring them to the forefront? Exercise 2. Strengthening relationship. Lists. Identify the key people in your life: family, friends, colleagues, and mentors. Evaluate. What role do these relationships play in your happiness and growth? Are there relationships that could use more attention or boundaries? Act. Create a plan to nurture the connections that matter most, whether scheduling regular check-ins or expressing gratitude more often. Exercise 3. Enhancing life satisfaction. Identify what activities or goals bring you the most joy and excitement. Plan. Incorporate these activities into your daily or weekly routine. Even small moments of joy, like reading a favorite book or taking a walk, can contribute to your Ikigai. Evaluate. Are you pursuing goals that align with your passions, or are you stuck in routines that no longer serve you? Adjust accordingly. Exercise 4. Practicing self-reflection. Set time aside. Dedicate a few minutes each day or week to reflect on your actions, progress, and feelings. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends, family, or colleagues for their perspectives on your strengths and areas for growth. Rate it well. Refine. Use your reflections to make minor, continuous improvements, embodying the principle of Kaizen in your personal growth. Applying Ikigai to work-life harmony. Once you've begun to identify your Ikigai, the next step is integrating it into your work and personal life. Alignment is the key to making your efforts feel meaningful rather than draining. In leadership. As a leader, you can use your Ikigai to inspire and motivate others. By aligning your work with your purpose, you set an example for your team and encourage them to do the same. Create roles that align with your team members' strengths and passions to foster a sense of fulfillment and engagement. Of daily life. Use your Ikigai as a compass for decision-making. When faced with choices, ask yourself, does this align with my values and purpose? This simple question can provide clarity and focus. The transformative power of Ikigai. Discovering and aligning with your Ikigai isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey. When you embrace Ikigai, you'll find that your work becomes more meaningful, your relationships more enriching, and your life more fulfilling. The ripple effect of living with purpose extends far beyond your personal experience. It inspires those around you to do the same. As you move forward, remember that Ikigai is not an endpoint, but a practice. It invites you to continuously explore who you are, what you value, and how you can contribute to the world in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling. In the next chapter, we'll explore how the virtues of Bushido, justice, courage, compassion, and more, offer a moral compass for leadership and life, further deepening your journey toward harmony. Chapter 3. Bushido, Virtues for Leadership. Picture a leader standing before their team during a moment of crisis. The stakes are high and decisions must be made quickly. In this defining moment, the leader chooses to act with integrity, placing the well-being of their team above short-term gains. They embody courage, standing firm in their values despite external pressures. They show compassion, acknowledging the struggles of their colleagues while guiding them toward a solution. This is leadership guided by Bushido, the ancient Japanese code of the samurai, a timeless framework for ethical decision-making and honorable living. Although the samurai culture from which Bushido emerged dates back over 400 years, its principles remain remarkably relevant. At its core, Bushido is a philosophy that extends beyond martial prowess, offering a moral compass for leaders in any context. Its 8 virtues, justice, courage, compassion, respect, integrity, honor, loyalty, and self-control, serve as guiding lights for navigating modern leadership challenges. In this chapter, we'll explore the essence of Bushido, examine each of its virtues, and uncover practical ways to apply them in leadership and daily life. By embracing these virtues, you'll not only enhance your leadership effectiveness, but also contribute to a culture of trust, resilience, and harmony. The essence of Bushido. Bushido, or the way of the warrior, provided samurai with a code of conduct, emphasizing loyalty, discipline, and moral character. This code was not merely about battlefield conduct, but a way of life. Leaders today can draw inspiration from Bushido to cultivate integrity, build trust, and foster meaningful connections with their teams. Each of the 8 virtues in Bushido offers a unique perspective on ethical leadership. Together, they create a comprehensive framework for guiding behavior, making decisions, and navigating challenges. Let's explore these virtues and their practical application. The 8 virtues of Bushido. Justice. Justice is the foundation of ethical leadership. It's about making fair decisions and taking actions that align with your values and the greater good. Application. Lead by example, ensuring your decisions prioritize fairness over convenience. Regularly evaluate your processes and systems to ensure equity and inclusivity. For example, consider whether team assignments are distributed fairly or if unconscious biases influence outcomes. Reflection. How can you ensure your leadership decisions reflect your values and promote justice within your organization? Courage. Courage extends beyond physical bravery. It's about standing up for what's right, even when it's complicated. It also involves taking calculated risks and facing challenges head-on. Application. Encourage innovation by fostering a safe space for taking risks. For instance, when faced with opposition, demonstrate courage by advocating for a team member's bold idea that aligns with your vision. Reflection. When did you last act with courage in your leadership? How did it impact your team? Jinsei. Compassion is the heart of leadership. It involves understanding the needs of others and acting in their best interest. Application. Practice active listening to understand your team's challenges and provide support. For example, during a high-pressure project, acknowledge your team's stress and offer flexibility to help them manage their workload. Reflection. How can you show greater compassion to your team or colleagues daily? You already answered. Respect is about treating others with dignity and recognizing their contributions. It creates a foundation for collaboration and trust. Application. Promote inclusivity by encouraging diverse perspectives and ensuring every team member feels heard. When offering feedback, focus on growth and improvement rather than criticism. Reflection. Are there ways you can demonstrate more tremendous respect for your team's time, talents, and efforts? Makoto. Integrity. Integrity involves being honest and transparent in your actions and communications. It builds trust and credibility. Application. Be consistent in your words and actions. For instance, if you commit to a timeline or promise resources to your team, follow through. Transparency about challenges fosters trust. Reflection. How does your leadership demonstrate integrity, even in challenging circumstances? Honor. Honor is about upholding your reputation through ethical behavior and noble actions. Application. Recognize and celebrate the contributions of your team members. Honor their efforts by publicly acknowledging their achievements and sharing credit for successes. Reflection. What steps can you take to honor your team's hard work and dedication? Chugi, Loy. Loyalty emphasizes devotion to your team and mission. It's about being reliable and standing by others through successes and setbacks. Way, application. Show unwavering support for your team by being present during difficult times. Advocate for their needs and trust them to make decisions. Reflection. How can you demonstrate greater loyalty to your team or organization? Jisai, self-control. Self-restraint is about managing your emotions and maintaining composure under pressure. It's essential for effective decision-making and leadership. Application. Practice mindfulness to stay calm and focused during stressful situations. For example, pause before reacting to a crisis to assess the situation objectively. Reflection. What strategies can you use to strengthen your self-control and lead with clarity? Bushido and modern leadership. I've encountered moments that tested my commitment to these virtues throughout my career. At Starbucks, for example, I worked with a manager who embodied Jin, compassion, and Rei, respect, so profoundly that it transformed the team's morale and performance. His ability to balance high expectations with genuine empathy created an environment where everyone felt valued and supported. Similarly, while managing continuous improvement initiatives at King County Metro Transit, I saw the importance of justice, and Makoto integrity in creating equitable processes that empower employees at every level. These experiences reaffirmed the power of Bushido to guide not just individual behavior, but also the culture of an entire organization. Linking Bushido to work-life harmony. The virtues of Bushido don't just shape how we lead, they also influence how we live. By practicing Bushido, you can create balance in your personal and professional life. For example, practicing Jisei can help you manage stress and maintain focus during hectic days. Embracing Rei, respect, and Jin, compassion, fosters healthier relationships at work and home. As we continue this journey, remember that Bushido is not about perfection. It's about striving to live and lead with integrity, courage, and balance. These virtues provide a moral compass for navigating challenges and fostering a culture of trust, resilience, and harmony. The next chapter will explore Chowa, the art of cultivating balance and harmony, and how it ties together the principles we've discussed. Chapter 4. Chowa, cultivating balance and harmony. Imagine a leader juggling multiple priorities, managing deadlines, responding to urgent emails, and maintaining meaningful connections with their team and family. The constant push and pull of competing demands can feel overwhelming, leaving little room for clarity or peace of mind. Yet, amidst the chaos, a philosophy offers a way to restore balance. Chowa. Chua, a Japanese concept often translated as harmony or balance, goes beyond surface-level equilibrium. It is about cultivating alignment between work and life, personal and professional goals, and even within ourselves. It teaches us to embrace the flow of life, adapt to its challenges, and create a sense of peace amid change. In this chapter, we'll explore the essence of Chowa, its cultural roots, and practical ways to bring harmony into your leadership and personal life. By understanding and applying Chowa, you can create an environment where productivity and well-being coexist rather than compete. The essence of Chowa. At its heart, Chowa is about integration. It's not simply balancing two sides of a scale, but finding ways for seemingly opposing forces to work together. In Japanese culture, Chowa is reflected in many aspects of daily life, from the design of traditional tea gardens, where natural and artificial elements blend seamlessly, to the practice of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold to highlight its imperfections rather than hide them. These examples remind us that harmony is not about perfection. It's about embracing imperfections and creating synergy. In leadership and life, Chowa challenges us to recognize the interconnectedness of our actions and their ripple effects. It invites us to move beyond binary thinking, work versus life, efficiency versus well-being, and instead focus on alignment and flow. The importance of cultivating harmony. Why does Chowa matter, especially in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world? The answer lies in the consequences of imbalance. Burnout, disengagement, and strained relationships are all symptoms of a life out of harmony. Leaders who fail to prioritize balance may be perpetually firefighting, unable to see the bigger picture or make thoughtful decisions. Conversely, cultivating Choa allows us to navigate challenges with greater clarity and resilience. When we align our actions with our values and goals, we reduce internal conflict and foster a sense of purpose and calm. This harmony extends to our teams and organizations, creating environments where trust, collaboration, and innovation thrive. Practical steps to cultivate Choa. Bringing Choa into your life requires intentional effort and self-awareness. Here are some practical strategies to help you cultivate harmony. Embrace flexibility. Life rarely unfolds according to plan. Choa teaches us to adapt to change rather than resist it. For example, if an unexpected challenge arises at work, focus on what you can control and adjust your approach accordingly. Action step: start each day by identifying your top priorities and acknowledging that plans may shift. Reflect on how you can respond with flexibility rather than frustration. Set boundaries. Harmony requires clear boundaries between work and personal life. Without them, one can easily encroach on the other, leading to stress and resentment. Action step: establish non-negotiable time for yourself and your loved ones, such as family dinners or an evening walk. Communicate these boundaries with your team to set expectations. Seek synergy. Look for ways to align your professional goals with your personal values. For example, if collaboration is important to you, find ways to foster teamwork in your workplace and personal projects. Action step: identify one area where your work and personal life can support each other, such as using leadership skills to mentor a colleague or friend. Practice mindfulness. Harmony begins within. Taking time to center yourself through mindfulness practices can help you approach challenges calmly and clearly. Action step: dedicate 5-10 minutes each day to mindfulness activities such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling. Choa in action. Stories of balance. To illustrate the power of Choa, consider the story of Aya, a project manager at a fast-growing tech startup. Aya found herself working late nights and skipping family events to meet her company's demanding deadlines. She felt torn between her professional ambitions and her desire to spend more time with her young children. After learning about Choa, Aya decided to make small but meaningful changes. She began setting clear boundaries by blocking time on her calendar for family dinners and school events. She also restructured her team's workflow, empowering them to take ownership of specific tasks. These adjustments allowed Aya to meet her professional goals while nurturing her relationships at home. Over time, she became more present, fulfilled, and effective as both a leader and a parent. Aya's journey reminds us that cultivating harmony is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about making intentional choices that align with our values and priorities. Linking Choa to the bigger picture. Choa is the thread that ties the principles of this book together. Through Kaizen, we learn the power of minor, continuous improvements. Ikigai helps us discover purpose and meaning. Bushido provides a moral compass for ethical leadership. Choa brings these elements into alignment, creating a holistic framework for work-life harmony. For example, the adaptability of Choa complements the incremental changes of Kaizen. The balance cultivated through Choa reinforces the alignment of purpose in Ikigai. The discipline and integrity of Bushido provide the foundation for building harmonious relationships. Together, these principles offer a roadmap for living and leading with intention, embracing the journey of harmony. Cultivating Choa is an ongoing process, not a one-time achievement. It requires self-reflection, flexibility, and a commitment to making daily intentional choices. By embracing Choa, you can create a life where your actions are guided by alignment and your relationships are built on trust and mutual respect. As we move to the next chapter, we'll explore how to bring these principles to life through practical strategies and actionable insights that will help you sustain harmony in your leadership and personal life. Chapter 5. Practical strategies for sustaining harmony. Imagine this scenario. You start your day with the best intentions. Your to-do list is ready, your priorities are clear, and you're determined to stay focused. But by mid-morning, urgent emails, unexpected meetings, and distractions have derailed your plans. By the end of the day, you feel exhausted but unfulfilled, wondering if you've made any real progress. This cycle is all too familiar for many of us, and it highlights the challenge of sustaining harmony in a world that demands our constant attention and energy. But the good news is that there are practical strategies that can help you regain control, stay aligned with your values, and maintain the balance you need to thrive. In this chapter, we'll explore actionable ways to integrate the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa into your daily life. These strategies help you stay productive, nurture your well-being, and foster meaningful connections, creating a life where success and harmony coexist. Grouping strategies for clarity and impact. To make these strategies more straightforward to implement, I've grouped them into 3 key areas: productivity, self-care, and relationships. Each area reflects one or more of the principles we've explored in this book, demonstrating how these timeless concepts can guide our modern lives. 1. Productivity, working smarter, not harder. Apply the Kaizen approach to your workflow. Kaizen teaches us the power of small, incremental changes. Instead of overhauling your entire work process, focus on improving one aspect at a time. Example, if your email inbox is overwhelming, dedicate 15 minutes each morning to sorting and responding to high-priority messages. Over time, this habit will help you regain control without feeling overwhelmed. Reflect, what's one small change you can make today to improve your workflow? Use time blocking to stay focused. Time blocking is a practical way to align your daily schedule with your priorities, ensuring that essential tasks get the attention they deserve. Action step. Divide your day into blocks dedicated to specific activities, such as deep work, meetings, and personal time. Honor these blocks to maintain focus and balance. Connection to principles. This strategy embodies Choa by creating harmony between focused effort and time for rest. Set must-win goals. Instead of trying to tackle everything, identify 1-3 must-win goals for the day. These tasks align most closely with your values and purpose. Ikigai. Example. If mentoring a team member aligns with your purpose, make it a priority to schedule one-on-one time with them. Reflect. How do your daily goals align with your larger purpose? 2. Self-care. Nurturing your inner harmony. Practice mindful morning. Starting your day with intention sets the tone for balance and clarity. Action step. Spend 10 minutes each morning in mindful reflection. This could involve journaling, meditating, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee while thinking about your intentions for the day. The SUDL Collective, influenced by Bushido's virtue of Jisei, self-control, by cultivating discipline and calmness. Schedule regular pause points. Harmony requires periodic resets to stay aligned with your energy and focus. Action step. Schedule short breaks to step away from work, stretch, or take a walk. Use this time to recharge and reflect on your progress. Example. A 10-minute walk after lunch can help clear your mind and boost your afternoon productivity. Reflect. How can you incorporate more intentional pauses into your day? Create a personal alignment ritual. Build a habit that helps you reconnect with your values and goals at the end of each day. Example. Spend 5 minutes journaling about what went well, what you learned, and what you'd like to improve tomorrow. Kaizen in action. To connection to principles, this strategy ties Ikigai and Kaizen together by fostering continuous improvement and alignment with your purpose. 3. Relationships. Building trust and connection. Lead with compassion, Jin. Compassion is central to Bushido and builds trust within your team and personal relationships. Example. If a team member seems stressed, take a moment to check in with them and offer support. Simple gestures like asking, "How can I help?" can make a significant difference. Reflect. How can you demonstrate compassion more consistently in your interactions? Prioritize meaningful conversations. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to let meaningful connections fall by the wayside. Action step. Set aside time for intentional conversations with your team, friends, or family. Focus on listening actively and being fully present. Example, schedule a weekly check-in with a close colleague or loved one to maintain a deeper connection. Connection to principles. This practice aligns with Rei, respect, and Choa by fostering balanced, respectful relationships. Celebrate wins, big and small. Acknowledging achievements strengthens bonds and reinforces positive habits. Action step. Whether completing a significant project or simply having a productive day, take time to celebrate your wins and those of others. Example, send a quick note of recognition to a team member who went above and beyond. Reflect. How can you build a culture of celebration in your work and personal life? The ripple effect of sustaining harmony. By incorporating these strategies into your daily routine, you'll notice a ripple effect, more significant focus, reduced stress, and stronger relationships. These benefits extend beyond you, creating a culture of harmony that inspires those around you. Remember, sustaining harmony is an ongoing journey. There will be days when balance feels elusive, but the key is approaching each challenge with intention and adaptability. The principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa provide a guiding framework to help you stay aligned with your values, even in the midst of life's complexities. As we move to the next chapter, we'll explore how to measure your progress and maintain momentum on this journey toward work-life harmony. Chapter 6. Measuring progress and maintaining momentum. Think back to the last time you set a meaningful goal. It may have been to improve your health, strengthen your leadership skills, or build better work-life harmony. At first, you were energized, motivated by the clarity of your intentions. But as time passed, distractions crept in, and progress felt harder to measure. Without a straightforward way to track your journey, it's easy to lose focus, momentum, and even confidence in your ability to succeed. Sustaining harmony in your life and leadership requires more than good intentions. It demands regular reflection, intentional adjustments, and a commitment to growth. By measuring progress and celebrating small wins, you create a feedback loop that fuels your motivation and keeps you aligned with your purpose. This chapter will explore practical tools and strategies for measuring progress and maintaining momentum. Whether you're applying the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, or Choa, these methods will help you stay on track and achieve meaningful, sustainable change. Why measuring progress matters. Progress isn't always visible immediately. When you're deep in the trenches of daily tasks and responsibilities, it's easy to overlook the incremental changes that add up to meaningful transformation. That's why measuring progress is so powerful. It shifts your focus from what's incomplete to what's been achieved, reinforcing your commitment to the journey. Tracking progress also aligns with the principles of Kaizen. Just as minor continuous improvements lead to operational excellence in business, consistent reflection and measurement create personal and professional growth. Through this iterative process, you stay aligned with your Ikigai, embody the virtues of Bushido, and cultivate the balance of Choa. Tools for measuring progress. To make progress tangible, we need tools that are both practical and adaptable. Below are 3 key methods for tracking your journey, along with examples and actionable steps to get started. 1. Reflective journaling. The power of self-awareness. Reflective journaling is a simple yet powerful way to measure progress. By regularly documenting your thoughts, achievements, and lessons learned, you create a personal roadmap that helps you stay aligned with your goals. How to start? Dedicate 10-15 minutes at the end of each day or week to reflect on your experiences. Ask yourself, what went well today? What challenges did I face and how did I respond? What slight improvement can I make tomorrow? Use these reflections to identify patterns and adjust your approach. Example, during a team meeting, a leader practicing Bushido might reflect on how they demonstrated compassion or courage, Yuki. Over time, these reflections reveal growth in their leadership style. In connection to principles, journaling embodies Kaizen by fostering continuous improvement and aligns with Chawa by promoting a balance between action and introspection. 2. Defining what success looks like. These are documented issues in KPIs. KPIs aren't just for business. They can also help you measure personal growth and alignment with your Ikigai. By setting clear, specific metrics, you create a framework for tracking progress toward your goals. How to start? Identify 2-3 KPIs that reflect your priorities. For example, hours spent on meaningful activities that align with your Ikigai. Weekly actions that demonstrate the virtues of Bushido. Acts of courage or integrity. Time dedicated to personal well-being. Choa in action. Example, a project manager aiming to improve work-life harmony might track how often they leave work on time or spend uninterrupted time with family. Action step. Review your KPIs weekly or monthly, celebrate progress, and identify areas for adjustment. Connection to principles. This approach integrates Kaizen by focusing on small, measurable changes and reinforces Ikigai by ensuring your goals align with your deeper purpose. 3. Celebrating wins, building momentum through gratitude. Progress often feels incremental, but every step forward deserves recognition. Celebrating big and small wins reinforces positive behaviors and keeps you motivated. How to start? At the end of each day, write down one accomplishment you're proud of, no matter how small. Share your wins with others, whether it's a team member, friend, or mentor. Example, a leader practicing Choa might celebrate successfully delegating a task, creating space for productivity, and self-care. Action step. Create a wins journal where you record daily or weekly successes. Use it as a source of inspiration during challenging times. Connection to principles. Celebrating wins aligns with Choa by fostering balance and joy, and reflects Bushido's virtue of honor, Meiyo, by acknowledging the value of effort and achievement. Maintaining momentum. Staying committed to the journey. Even with the best tools, maintaining momentum requires intention and adaptability. Here are 3 strategies to keep you moving forward. 1. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular check-ins with yourself or a trusted mentor to review your progress, celebrate achievements, and recalibrate your goals. These moments of reflection ensure you stay aligned with your values and purpose. Example, a monthly self-assessment could include questions like, am I living in alignment with my Ikigai? Have I demonstrated the virtues of Bushido in my actions? How am I cultivating balance in my daily life? 2. Embrace flexibility. Progress isn't always linear, and that's okay. The key is to adapt to challenges without losing sight of your long-term vision. Example, if unexpected demands disrupt your routine, identify one small action you can take to stay aligned with your goals. This could be as simple as a 5-minute reflection or a quick gratitude practice. 3. Keep the big picture in mind. Remember that progress is about more than checking items off a list. Growth, alignment, and harmony. When you feel stuck, reconnect with your Ikigai and remind yourself of your journey's purpose. The progress as a way of life. Measuring progress isn't just about achieving goals. It's about creating a life where every step feels intentional and meaningful. By tracking your journey, celebrating your wins, and staying adaptable, you build the resilience and clarity needed to sustain harmony in the face of life's complexity. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to create a lasting legacy by sharing these principles with others, ensuring that the harmony you cultivate today continues to inspire future generations. Chapter 7. Creating a lasting legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? It's a question that can stop us, forcing us to confront the deeper meaning of our actions and choices. Legacy isn't just about the titles we hold or the accolades we achieve. It's about the impact we leave behind. It's about the lives we touch, the values we uphold, and the inspiration we pass on to others. Legacy building is a natural culmination of living with purpose, integrity, and balance. It's the ripple effect of a life lived intentionally, one that embodies the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa. This chapter will explore how to create a lasting legacy through mentorship, leadership, and example. By sharing the wisdom of these principles, you can inspire future generations and contribute to a culture of harmony and growth. The ripple effect of legacy. Legacy isn't a grand gesture, it's the accumulation of small, meaningful actions that leave a lasting impact. Consider the teacher who inspires a student to pursue their passion, the leader who models ethical decision-making for their team, or the parent who instills values of compassion and resilience in their child. These seemingly simple acts create ripples that extend far beyond the individual, shaping communities and even generations. In many ways, Kaizen embodies this ripple effect. Just as minor improvements lead to significant transformation over time, the small ways we live and lead with intention contribute to a legacy that endures. Practical strategies for building a legacy. Intention is not enough for me. Creating a lasting legacy requires intention, consistency, and a commitment to living your values. Here are 3 actionable strategies to help you put the principles of this book into practice. 1. Lead through mentorship. Mentorship is one of the most powerful ways to pass on your knowledge, values, and vision. By guiding others, you help them grow and ensure that the principles you live by continue to inspire. Action step. Identify someone you can mentor in your personal or professional life. Share your experiences with Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa, and encourage them to apply these principles in their journey. Example, a leader might mentor a young professional by sharing how they've used Ikigai to align their work with their values, helping the mentee discover their sense of purpose. Reflection. What lessons or values would you most want to pass on through mentorship? 2. Model ethical leadership. Leadership is more than achieving results. It's about inspiring others through your actions. By embodying the virtues of Bushido, EEGE, integrity, compassion, and courage, you set a standard for others to follow. Action step. Reflect on your leadership style and identify one virtue of Bushido that you want to emphasize. For instance, practice Makoto, integrity, by being transparent about challenges and solutions with your team. Example, a project manager might demonstrate respect by actively seeking input from all team members, fostering a culture of inclusion and collaboration. Connection to legacy. Ethical leadership creates a culture that outlives your tenure, ensuring that your values continue to shape the organization. 3. Create a values-driven culture. Nokejiko Maharashu. Your legacy extends beyond individual relationships. It's also about the systems and environments you influence. By cultivating a culture that reflects the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa, you create a foundation for lasting impact. Action step. Develop traditions, rituals, or practices that reinforce your values. For example, introduce a Kaizen day where your team identifies minor improvements they can implement together. Host regular reflection sessions to align actions with the organization's purpose, Ikigai. Example, a leader who prioritizes Choa might implement flexible work policies that support both productivity and well-being, ensuring that harmony is embedded in the organization's culture. Reflection. How can you influence the systems around you to reflect your values and principles? The emotional impact of legacy. Creating a legacy isn't just about external impact. It's also deeply fulfilling personally. When you see the ripple effects of your actions, whether it's a mentee thriving in their career, a team operating with greater trust and cohesion, or a family living with purpose, you gain a profound sense of meaning and connection. This emotional resonance ties directly to Ikigai, and you create a life that feels both impactful and rewarding. Legacy as an ongoing practice. Legacy building isn't a one-time effort. It's a practice that evolves as you grow. It requires self-reflection, adaptability, and a commitment to living your values daily. Regular reflections. Ask yourself questions like, what impact am I making through my actions today? How am I embodying the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa? What minor adjustments can I make to ensure my legacy aligns with my values? Adaptability. Remember that your legacy will evolve. Be open to new ways of contributing and influencing as your circumstances change. The legacy of harmony. By embracing the principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa, you create a legacy rooted in harmony, purpose, and integrity. Your actions inspire others to live and lead intentionally, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. As you continue this journey, remember that legacy isn't about perfection, but progress. It's about making small, consistent contributions that reflect your values and inspire others to do the same. In this way, your legacy becomes a living testament to the power of intentional living and leadership. Conclusion: embracing the journey of harmony. As we reach the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on what you've discovered. You've learned that work-life harmony is not a destination, but a continuous process that requires intention, reflection, and a commitment to growth. The principles of Kaizen, Ikigai, Bushido, and Choa are not just abstract ideas or buzzwords, but practical tools for living a balanced, purposeful, and impactful life. You've seen how minor, consistent improvements can lead to lasting change. You've explored how discovering your reason for living, Ikigai, aligns your actions with your deepest values. You've learned how the virtues of Bushido guide ethical leadership and decision-making. And you've understood that cultivating harmony, Chowa, allows you to balance work, relationships, and well-being. Together, these principles form a framework for navigating the complexities of modern life, creating a sense of clarity and fulfillment. But it doesn't end here. Real work begins when you step into the world, ready to apply and share these teachings with others. The power of continuous growth. The journey of work-life harmony is ongoing. Just as Kaizen teaches us, there is always room for improvement. Even when harmony feels elusive or challenges seem impossible, remember that each small step forward is progress. Celebrate those wins, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. The road to harmony is not linear, but it is worth traveling. Each day offers an opportunity to recalibrate, refine, and realign with your deeper purpose. Whether through self-reflection, mentorship, or leading by example, the principles in this book will continue to serve you as guiding lights on your path. Your legacy, living and leading with purpose. Ultimately, the legacy you create reflects the actions you take today. Every decision, every slight improvement, and every relationship nurtured is a step toward making something lasting. Through the principles of Bushido, you've learned that leadership is not just about achieving results. It's about inspiring others to lead with integrity, compassion, and purpose. Think about the impact you want to have on those around you. How will you mentor, lead, and influence others? How can you share the wisdom of these principles with your team, family, and community? Remember that your legacy isn't built through grand gestures, but through the consistency of your actions and the example you set. By embodying these principles, you can leave a lasting mark on the world, inspiring others to live with intention and purpose. Moving forward, taking the next step. As you close this book, take a moment to reflect on the principles that resonate most with you. Which of these teachings will you integrate into your daily life? How will you embody them in your work, relationships, and personal growth? The journey of work-life harmony requires commitment, patience, and resilience. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. So, ask yourself, what small change can I make today to move closer to my ideal balance? How can I use my reason for living, Ikigai, to guide my decisions? How can I practice the virtues of Bushido to lead with integrity and compassion? How can I cultivate harmony, Chua, in my life and the lives of others? The answers to these questions will shape the next chapter of your journey. You have the tools. You have the wisdom. Now take action. Build your legacy by living with intention, applying what you've learned and sharing these principles with those around you. Embrace the journey of continuous improvement, purpose-driven living, and ethical leadership. In doing so, you will create not just a balanced life, but a lasting impact.